From Karachi, Pakistan.
It's Jeff Gaylord's. That's an understatement, by the way.
No legitimate bodybuilding organization would give Muckin Singh an opportunity, but maybe Jeff Gaylord would have a shot.
I think so. One more time.
How about another one?
A little buy and try action for the front row.
Oh, been going to some bodybuilding shows lately, huh?
I was talking about buy and tricycle. You can't see it. It's off camera.
Oh, okay. Well, Singh trying to overpower a man who holds many of the Big 8 weightlifting records. And Gaylord with the opportunity goes down and toes for the fingertips.
Well, if nothing else, that provides Muckin Singh an excuse not to lift any weights for the next couple of months because his fingers are hurt.
I don't think he's lifted anything except maybe a fork and a knife.
True.
And an occasional spoon. Singh misses with a clothesline. Gaylord drop kick off the rope. Singh goes down, pumps right back up. Oh my! $3.99. That's $3.99 down. $3.99 out of here.
Sold.
Nobody does that to me. Nobody does that to me. Sit down, you little pig.
The boss may be very upset about that as well as Mr. Singh.
A few choice words for our camera crew here from Muckin Singh, and I'm sure the boss, if he were here, would have made a few comments, or she, about the inability of Muckin Singh to put away Jeff Gaylord.
As we witness this event, the identity of the boss still a mystery.
Correct.
Knee to the midsection. Gaylord hops up to the second rope, tries the top rope, and telegraphs the move. Singh with, I don't know what size the baseball bat is there, but he's got a swing and a hit right there.
Took a little too long, did Jeff Gaylord, from coming off the top rope. Muckin Singh able to get the better of the situation.
Gaylord trying to catch his sight back. Misses with a wild right. Singh able to take advantage. Clothesline by Muckin Singh, who is very upset if you misspell his name. Watch out. Setting him up for the Karachi Crunch. He misses. Gaylord out of the way. Elbow to the back of the head. The right delivered to Muckin Singh. One more time and a double axe handle to the top of the head. Can he get the big man up for a pile driver? Trying to use the back muscle. Singh up, over, down. Uh-oh. He gets the 3.
Gentlemen, your winner of the match, Muckin Singh.
Muckin Singh, the winner of the match. When we return, Terry Garvin in action.
Yeah.
Garvin with a disadvantage size-wise against Stryker. The man will not back down from anyone. At least that's what the biography on the one Terry Garvin says, although he's being pushed down by the bigger man.
Ken Stryker will have a weight and height advantage on Terry Garvin, but I don't know that Ken Stryker's heart is as big as Terry Garvin's is.
Garvin trying to get out of the way of the barrage of Stryker, and it works. Arm drag 2 times, and now to work on the left arm. Well, Ken Stryker, who claims to James Beard to pull over the tights. Still to come, we'll see Terry Daniels in action. Al Perez scheduled to be in action against Mike Davis, and we'll see the tag team champions of Conan Chris Walker and Steve Simpson. Leapfrog, didn't get Striker any advantage there.
Terry Garvin firmly in control here.
He's breaking my arm. Make him get up. He's got my tights. What do you want me to do?
Really hasn't mounted much of an offense in this event.
Did you say Ted Striker or Ken Striker? Ted Striker.
Ted Striker.
From Airplane, I believe.
I was hoping to get that in later.
What you get for renting movies in the middle of the day before doing wrestling. Duck under, crossbody. Here's where the size advantage. Oh! Well, I was wrong.
There's the heart coming in. Terry Garvin did not want to go through with that, wanted to keep control of the match, and sure enough, he did.
Garvin knees to the elbow section, and Garvin has a little fire about him.
Ken Striker now having his left arm really worked over by Terry Garvin. Of course, it's one of Striker's points of balance that we talk about so much. You eliminate a point of balance, and the match is almost yours to lose.
Striker trying to use a series of rights, takes Garvin back, and now Striker trying to get some of the, I guess, feeling back into that left arm. Apparently the feeling works. Watch out! Garvin misses with a crossbody block. Striker may be able to take the advantage here.
You could see there that missed high cross body by Terry Garvin really took it out of the youngster. As now Ken Striker taking off, big clubbing right hand to the back of Garvin's head.
Clothesline sends down Terry Garvin.
Striker here making a mistake, I think. Terry Garvin is ripe for the picking. Could possibly put into a pinning combination. Striker was taking time with the fans instead of putting away Garvin. And there you go. Striker spent too much time playing to the fans and not enough time worrying about pinning his opponent.
And when you see Terry Garvin huff and puff, that doesn't mean he's going to blow the house in. That means he's going to get ready to try to come back against the big man. Sometimes it doesn't work, as shown there.
Well, here's a really highly technical wrestling maneuver.
Highly technical.
Just draping your opponent's head across the rope and choking him.
Well, a trip over the top rope.
Presiding senior official James Beard warned Ken Striker before, and Striker ignored it and went outside anyway. Watch him here.
Up and down goes Terry Garvin. Senior official Sean O'Brien still injured. Rehabilitating the knee, so James Beard.
Shoulder first, right into the post here at the Global Dome that holds the ring up. That will do some real damage to the ligaments and tendons in the shoulder.
Finishing the thought, James Beard, the acting senior official here at the Global Dome on this occasion. The man in black, Sean O'Brien, would like to come back as soon as he can. Speaking of a man who'd like to come back, Terry Garvin up and over, sunset flip, trying to get the big man down. Gets the leverage, pulls him up and over, and only a count of two.
You saw Ken Striker have to make a decision. Did he want to let go of the rope and try the punch on Garvin, or did he want to hold on to the rope and keep himself out of a pinning predicament? As it was, he let go of the rope, missed the punch, and was in a pinning predicament anyway.
Striker spins Garvin around, delivers the shoulder block. High knee sends Garvin down to the mat. Striker says that'll do it. Unfortunately, he's spending a little too much time talking about it and not enough time doing it.
That's going to be a problem for Stryker, as we've seen him do that a couple of times here in this match. Really worrying about the fans and not worrying about his opponent.
Garvin into the corner. Stryker misses. Schoolboy roll up. And a 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Terry Garvin.
From Terry Garvin to the private, Terry Daniels. Next.
Terry Daniels, an offensive tackle on the Dallas Colts football team, has brought his team with him here to the Global Dome to watch him face Scorpio.
The Dallas Colts, a semi-pro football team that apparently is doing pretty well. They're at the midpoint of their season.
He's doing pretty well in the ring also. And there's a look at, I'm sure, that part of the Dallas Colts football team.
Not the entire team, and I think a few friends of the Dallas Colts intermixed in there.
It's not a co-ed team before there's a lot of weird questions out
Not that we know of. Daniels going to work on the arm of the Scorpio. I wonder if he read his horoscope this morning.
Probably said stay away from small horses.
Daniels thrown across and hip toss. Drop kick. Scorpio says, time out, hold it.
Terry Daniels probably would respect that, in that he calls timeouts, I'm sure, as a member of the Dallas Colts, but as one of our illustrious commentators once said, there are no timeouts in wrestling. No, sir.
Who was that?
I think it was when Bullwinkle did a few color commentary slots. I'm not sure.
Okay. Top wrist lock. Trying to be broken by a handful of hair being used by the Scorpio. Right to the head. Football team's a little quiet. Not anymore. Daniels with the arm drag.
Take a look at the upper arm development on Terry Daniels. You'll see how he gets the strength to play the position of offensive tackle for the Dallas Colts. He's somebody I wouldn't want to go up against in the trenches.
He may lack a little bit in the height department, but he makes up for that. And I guess you could say the tenacious department, or tenacity.
There you go.
Here goes Daniels. Uh-oh. That's no blocking, dummy. That's a very hard turnbuckle.
It doesn't give at all. Oh, boy.
Scorpio with an illegal football move, very legal in wrestling, the clothesline. His teammates cheering him on, but right now Daniels having his problem with a Scorpio. A knee that's left on the throat.
We mentioned earlier, Craig, take a look at the mask on Scorpio. Does that look like a Mil Mascaras mask to you at all?
Something tells me that Mil Mascaras did not give him that mask on.
No, nor is that Mil Mascaras in the ring, if there's any confusion at all.
For some reason, I don't think our fans at home have that confusion.
I didn't think so either.
The Colts cheering their offensive tackle. Back into the ropes. Daniels blocks and delivers the right. Daniels one more time. Forehead to the top turnbuckle. Daniels sent in. No, reversal by Scorpio. Small package. Has it hooked. Count of 2. Count 3.
That's it.
The winner of the match, Terry Daniels.
Score a win for the Dallas Colts and Terry Daniels. Let's go to Bonnie Blackstone. She's standing by with one of our necessarily the question, but Terry Daniels is enjoying his teammates being here. Let's go to Bonnie.
I'm in the Global Dome, and my name is Bonnie Blackstone, and I've been going over some of your questions and comments that we've been receiving in the mail to the offices of the Global Wrestling Federation. This nice lady, Buffy Michelle, who comes from my hometown of Atlanta, Georgia, wrote in, and she says she cannot stand this Christopher Love and some of the lies that Christopher Love tells, especially concerning these pretty young things, Hot Body Rose and Erica Fontaine. Why does this man tell so many lies? Well, Buffy, later on in this edition, I'll be here with Christopher Love and hopefully get some answers.
Al Perez!
There's a man who could have been, if it weren't for the interference of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, the North American title holder. But now, apparently very popular with the fans is he has a date with Eddie Gilbert in the future, but right now, he has a date with one of the Dirty Davis brothers.
His opponent entering the ring area and one half of the Dirty Davis brothers from the bad side of Nashville at 235 pounds, Mike Davis.
Mike Davis, one half of the Dirty Davis brothers. Actually, I guess you could say he's the Davis brother from the dark side of the house.
He is the older Davis brother, the one who has wrestled under the Davis name the longest of the two. He is facing a man who, in my opinion, was robbed of at least the opportunity to win the North American Heavyweight Championship by Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, and that's Al Perez. There's a good look at the Latin heartthrob.
Perez out of Tampa, Florida. Obviously spends a little time on the beach. I don't know if Mike Davis has ever seen a beach.
He probably doesn't care to.
Staying in the dark side, I don't think you get too much sun there.
Good point.
Collar and elbow tie-up as these two veterans mix it up, and Perez used a handful of hair, answered by Davis. And we know Al Perez's reputation. He may be cheered by the fans, but he definitely knows how to use a few of those tactics from the other side.
Now Mike Davis having some choice words for the fans here at the Global Dome as Al Perez stands quietly by. Certainly not the vicious Al Perez we've seen before, but I don't know that he's any less mean. Wow.
No, 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 says Mike Davis. Al Perez eyeing his opponent. Now the lockup. Perez, fireman's carry. Threatens to put a boot to the head. Thinks differently, however.
Dirty Davis brothers are certainly top contenders for the GWF Tag Team Championship, currently held by Chris Walker and Steve Simpson.
We will see them in our next event here on GWF Wrestling. Top wrist lock being applied here.
Come on, big boy.
Perez says, I'm not even thinking of giving up. A little razzle, a little dazzle with the fingertips there, but oh! Well, there's the dazzle I was looking for.
That will dazzle you, no doubt about it.
Ouch! I believe the bubble above Mike Davis's head might say it. This was
A cartoon, maybe?
one of your Sunday comics, but that may be on another network.
Well, this isn't a cartoon. This is the GWF.
Nothing funny about that, right? By the Latin heartthrob, Al Perez, who's threatening another one. Davis and Perez Locking it back up again, and I think Al Perez has a little bit of the Latin fire burning there, but the attempt to douse at least by Mike Davis. I don't think it's working, however.
Certainly not. As look at Mike Davis. He is in a bad way as the Latin heartthrob Al Perez moves in, and oh boy.
3 points.
That'll take it off your rib.
Davis counters high knee.
Perez back up.
Once again, the knee reminiscent of Mr. Wrestling number 2. Many men have used that high knee. I don't think it was ever more effective than when the legendary Wrestling 2 used it, however.
No question. Many championships Wrestling 2 achieved using that high knee lift. And Mike Davis, I'm sure, would love to achieve the equal success of a Mr. Wrestling number 2.
Crossbody, Perez, able to turn it over for a count of 3.
Little handful of tights there, look like.
But still, the Latin heartthrob with a win.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, Al Perez.
Sweet Daddy Falcone and Bill Irwin against those two men, the tag team champions in the GWF. Steve Simpson and Chris Walker.
Now Falcone and Irwin individually have held tag team titles. Falcone with Brickhouse Brown held the USWA tag team titles, while Bill Irwin with his late brother Scott Hogg Irwin held many a title, including the NWA National and the AWA World Tag Team titles.
The tag team abilities of Bill Irwin and Sweet Daddy Falcone notwithstanding, the champions remain Chris Walker and Steve Simpson, who also have prior tag team championships to their credit.
Simpson, former world-class tag team title holder, while Conan Chris Walker held the Georgia All-Star tag team title. One half of such title. The tag into Steve Simpson. Sweet Daddy sent to the ropes, steps over, arm drag. Takes the big man at over 300 pounds, 6'6", of Sweet Daddy Falcone.
You know, they say down where Sweet Daddy's from, they grow them 2 ways. Good old big uns and big old good uns. I think he's both.
I didn't know they grew him that way in New York City. Chris Walker looking on as Steve Simpson seems to have things well in hand. Bill Irwin, Wild Bill, I should say.
Have you been to New York City recently?
Actually, no. I try to avoid it.
Believe me. Believe me when I tell you. Sweet Daddy's probably called the rut of the litter up there.
And now going to work on the arm is Steve Simpson. Not that New York is not a great sports town, it's just not a place I frequent a lot.
No, not a lot of global going on in New York yet. I'm sure we'll eventually get into the New York area. Looking forward to that, as well as we are to getting into many of the local arenas around this country.
Still working on the arm. Now going to work on the elbow before the tag into Conan Chris Walker out of Atlanta, Georgia. Double clothesline as the tag team champions seem like they want to keep Sweet Daddy in for a while. They don't want to face the man with a whip, I do not believe, but they may have to after Falcone is able to deliver the clothesline on Conan Chris. Walker may have had enough. Small package, but only a count of 2. Falcone charges, but pulling him over, Conan Chris Walker.
Chris Walker, sculpted like a statue, against Bill Irwin, sculpted like a piece of avant-garde art, but nonetheless effective in his role, as Walker really feeling the brunt now of the wild man from Colorado.
With the assistance of the boot of Sweet Daddy, Wild Bill sends Walker into the rope. Reversal by Conan Chris. Down with the elbow missing, but no miss there with the boot, the sole of the boot, the big boot of Wild Bill Irwin. Cut wrench suplex. And I noticed once again that Irwin wearing those cowboy boots that somehow he got by the competition committee of the GWF as regulation wrestling boots, where on the other hand, Chris Walker not wearing any boots at all.
Maybe they had some sort of leather allotment per match, and since Walker didn't wear any leather at all, Irwin got his allotment.
That's one for you. If you're keeping score at home. Half Nelson puts Irwin in a pinning predicament. Bridging out with one shoulder is Wild Bill. Look at the way that Simpson has Irwin tied up until Falcone is able to break the count at 2.
And very lucky, as it appeared that maybe Steve Simpson had Bill Irwin down for the count.
Elbow right to the sternum, and as he fell, Steve Simpson hit his head on the canvas. Following this match, we'll have the answer to the question posed by the fan with Bonnie Blackstone. And I will be talking to one hot stuff Eddie Gilbert.
Gratitude.
I wonder who he'll say we are this week.
I guess I've been called worse than being called Bill Watts, though. That's a compliment enough of.
Irwin raking the eyes of Steve Simpson. Into the ropes, misses with a clothesline, and they collide. I don't know if the head's hit, but Steve Simpson holding his forehead.
Both men had the wind knocked out of them there as they met almost head up. How about chest up? Maybe that'll cover it.
The tag, here comes Conan Chris. Sweet Daddy, the freshman in for his team. Walker delivers one to Irwin. Watch out from a high, Chris. All 4 men now in the ring.
It's breaking loose here in the Global Dome, Craig. All 4 men, Walker, Simpson, Falcone, and Irwin going at it.
Walker outside the ring. Remember, Walker and I believe Falcone, the legal men in the ring.
Look out!
Well, now I'm positive.
GWF Tag Team Champions, Chris Walker and Steve Simpson.
The GWF Tag Team Champions victorious once again. Let's go to Bonnie Blackstone. She's got all the answers. Bonnie?
Bonnie Blackstone back, probing a little bit deeper into some of the questions that the fans want to ask. Buffy Michelle of Atlanta wrote in and wants to know why you are so good at telling lies to the fans about people like Erica Fontaine and Hot Body Rhodes, these pretty young things, as you call them, Christopher Love.
Honey, the true story is Christopher Love has never told a lie in his whole life. So whoever wrote this letter, honey, number 1 is a liar. Let's talk about the true liars in the Global Wrestling Federation. That fat pig closet case Joe Patacino, honey. He's going around telling everybody lies that I've been interfering in matches. Lying? You're the biggest hypocritical liar I've ever met in my life. Have you ever dyed your hair, Bonnie Blackstone? Tell the truth. You're a liar is what you are, honey. No, honey, the PYTs are the most beautiful things in the world, and I'm here to stay, honey, and you've just begun to see the best of Christopher Love.
You got the answer maybe you were looking for, Buffy. You continue to watch WVEU TV 69 and Major League Wrestling.
We saw at the top of the show Steve Cox against Eddie Gilbert. I understand making his way, and
Ow! Oh,
Are you okay?
oh, my leg. Oh, my leg. I think I broke it in that match with Steve Cox.
Obviously,
Who's the smartest man in professional wrestling and why am I, Craig Johnson? Answer that question. Go ahead.
well, you did use your
Now,
ring.
your next question is going to be, of course, why do I love the New York Mets so much when they're such a losing team? Well, you see, I just happen to be the man that may be the next manager of the New York Mets. I'm that good, people. Listen up and listen good. The Global Wrestling Federation has seen them come, and they see them go. But now Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert is proclaiming himself the Global Wrestling Federation North American champion, television champion, tag team champion, and if I have to beat that little pipsqueak lightning kid for the light heavyweight title, I'll do that too. Because, see, boys, anything that I've ever set my eyes or sights on in wrestling, I've gotten. Whether it was a woman, whether it was a belt, whether it was a person I wanted to hurt, I've done it. And Craig Johnson, if you